The edges of my book. This is one that I don't really care if it gets like messed up, so we're gonna try it on this one first, and then if it works out we'll try it on some of my other books. And yeah, so we're just gonna try it out, see how it goes, and I'll let you guys know. And then if it works, then I'll show you guys like my process. We're gonna figure it out. Okay, so that's what that looks like, and I think it looks literally amazing. Like, I opened it up a little bit and none of the paint got on the pages, like on the inside. So I'm like, yes. So I'm just letting it dry for a little bit. I don't want to like mess it up too much right now, but now I'm gonna be moving on to one of my favorite books, and it's already wrapped right here. So didn't do as good of a job wrapping it, but I figure that since the inside of it is red, like the actual like binding is red, that it won't be that big of a deal. So it is Bring Me Their Hearts, and I really wanted to do this one red, so I'm excited. Got it all wrapped up, and I am going to start. So wish me luck. I think it'll be okay, since A Court of Thorns and Roses turned out really, really good. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited that I decided to do this, and it's turning out to be super fun. So I'll try to show some like of the process. So as you can see, I do have a plate here with like some of the red paint. This is the paint that I'm using. It's like 70 something cents from, I think it actually just might be 70 cents from Michael's. So just using some plain acrylic paint, nothing fancy. I got these two, so I'm using this for like the bigger parts of the book, and then this to kind of get into the corners and stuff. It was super inexpensive. I think this was like under $1. That might have been under $1 too. It's really not that expensive. So I'm gonna set you guys up right here, and I'll try to show you guys a little bit of like what I'm doing. So we just need a little bit more paint. And I really didn't want to do spray painting because, one, I've never used spray paint before in my life, and two, spray paint is really, really expensive. So I figured that it might be just a little bit easier to use regular acrylic paint. Basically, all I've been doing is just squeezing it really hard and just taking some of this paint and just going at it. I get super nervous. Like, the second that I like put the paint onto the pages, I'm like, this was the bad idea, but I think it's gonna turn out really nice. And I feel like it goes on super smooth. Like, I was really worried that it was gonna turn out super blotchy or like just not cute, but I've actually really enjoyed like getting to, you know, kind of personalize my books, you know. Especially books that like this one that aren't super popular and probably would never get sprayed edges because they're just not popular, which sucks, but it's true. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool just to get to do that for books that I love and don't get very much hype, you know, that aren't gonna get the, you know, the cool sprayed edges from like Owl Crate or something. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying doing this, surprisingly. But yeah, so see, I just kind of use it to get into like the corners, try to do that as evenly as possible. I don't want to get it too far in because I'm like worried about like basically gluing the pages shut, but I don't think it should be too much of a problem, honestly. Just so cool. I'm so glad I decided to do this. And you know what? If I ruin some books, I ruin some books. It's totally not that big of a deal. Mostly because I'm only doing books that I've already read. So I'm not gonna like damage a book that I, you know, haven't read yet. And like books that I know I'm not gonna donate, you know, like books that are like my faves that, you know. So that's what it looks like right there. I got that side done. So I'm going to do the rest of it and then I'll show you guys how it turns out. Because I don't want to like have this entire clip just be me painting and like rambling about nothing. So I'll show you guys later. Okay, so here's the reveal of how A Court of Thorns and Roses turned out. And I am loving it. I'm just going to tell you I love it already. That's how it turned out. This side didn't get as great, but I think I was a little rough at first, so that's why it's like kind of chipped right there, but it's okay. Like, holy moly, look at how that, look at the bottom and the top really like came through. Like, what? Like, it looks so good. I am like honestly so shocked that it actually worked. Like, it looks like legitimate. Like, whoa, that is so cool. And like, here it is. I'll show you guys the inside. It like didn't get any paint on the inside. It's so nice. I'm like genuinely shocked. And I don't even like The Court of Thorns and Roses, but I kind of want to keep this. I don't know, like if anyone's interested in having this copy, let me know and I'll ship it to you because this is so pretty. Like, what the frick? It's a little beat up on the top. Like, sorry if I do end up sending it, really sorry. It is a little beat up, but I mean, what the heck? It looks freaking cool. So I'm gonna start working on doing the other book that I did, which was Bringing Their Hearts. It's down here. I also want to do Anti-Darken, but I'm gonna do Anti-Darken Purple, so we're gonna have to do that another day, maybe tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off. But oh my gosh, I'm so happy. It turned out really good. Like, I am genuinely like shocked. Like 70-cent paint. Like, come on, this can't get any better. And this one is complete. It looks so amazing. This one turned out really good as well. This is Bring Me Their Hearts by Sarah Wolf. And look at that. It's like gorgeous. It's like pristine. I did a really good job on it. I'm genuinely surprised. So yeah. Also, this is done after I've like kind of gone through every single page and see, it looks really good. Also, as you can see, it like is really even. Something that I noticed is this one I put a little too much paint on it, so it didn't come apart quite as easily as A Court of Thorns and Roses did, but like kind of when I was like pulling them apart, there was a bit of like white on the edges, like kind of left over from like, you know, pulling the pages apart. Obviously is gonna chip some of the paint. But what I just did basically is I just made like a little tiny dot of paint and used this and like just gently like put it in there and just went over the edges really, really lightly. And I was able to get rid of a lot of the whiteness. As you can see, it like looks just perfect. And as you can see, it doesn't stick together or anything. It looks really good. And I'm like, nothing got into the pages, which is really nice. I noticed that with some of the spray paint was that it was getting inside of the book and I didn't want that. So I think that doing the paint is the best way to go personally. If you like using the spray paint, I think it looks really good. I think the spray paint, honestly, like on the outside looks really good and it looks much better than just this Craft Smart 77-cent paint. This is one of my all-time favorite books. This is Bring Me Their Hearts by Sarah Wolf. And if I haven't yelled about it enough on my channel and on Twitter and stuff and told you to go read it and buy it, you should. It's really amazing. If you like Sarah J. Maas, you'll really like it. It's a bit more diverse, which is cool. And it's so badass. It's so cool. And I think this makes the book like 10,000 times prettier. So I'm super excited about it. Hey guys, so it is the day before Mother's Day. It is Saturday, and I haven't really read a lot today. I did start the first few chapters of this book, Roomies by Christina Lauren, and I am literally so obsessed with this book already. Like, it's already one of my new favorites. I'm like genuinely impressed. Like, I did read Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating recently, like a few months ago, and I really loved it. So I decided to pick this one up from the library, and I am really enjoying it so far. I love their voice, like just like the way that they write is so good. And also I like the characters so far. I like the plot so far. It's just sounding like really good, and I feel like this is one that if I sit down and read it, I'm just gonna read the whole thing. Like, it's gonna happen. I'm also currently reading The Devouring Grey. I did get a lot further in it today because I did do a little bit of reading earlier, but then I ended up going to Dunkin' and I got a coffee, and then I got lunch, and then I started drinking with my parents and that happened. So yeah, then we just kind of did a whole Jonas Brothers rock out session, which that happens a lot in my household. We love the Jonas Brothers here. But I'm on page 102, so I'm getting pretty far into it, doing pretty well. And I am loving this one as well. I was a little iffy about it at first, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really grown on me. I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, so feels like I'm having a pretty good reading moment right now. I just need to finish something, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm getting to that point where it's like I'm not finishing anything, I'm just reading a lot, but you know, I really do have to get ready for next month in the Biblio games because I am ready to go hard, just as hard as I did in February, so I'm ready. But yeah, so I've been reading a little bit today, just not as much as I probably should have, but I'm going to read a little bit right now and see if I can get some stuff done. So wish me luck. Finally home today. I just realized getting home that I didn't really vlog as much as I wanted to today. It was a release day for a lot of books, which is super exciting, and I did go to the bookstore and I did pick up some stuff, but I didn't vlog while I was there. So that's kind of disappointing, but you know, whatever. I also did finish a book today, and that was Roomies by Christina Lauren, and oh my gosh, I ended up giving this 5 out of 5 stars, and I loved it so much. I was actually genuinely surprised that I finished it today because I didn't like bring it with me thinking I was going to finish it. I just brought it with me because I really wanted to read more of it, and I was at a really good part and I was super excited. And I have to admit that for like, I want to say like the first half of the book, it was like a 4-star read, and then it just like got to this point in the story where like so many things were happening and it just blew me away. I really loved it, and 5 out of 5 stars clearly. So yeah, I ended up getting this from the library, so I'm glad that they had it when I went to go get my library card and I was able to check it out. And yeah, I'm so glad I liked it. I'm really happy that I've been like actually reading more adult books. Okay, so on to the books that I ended up getting from the bookstore today that I didn't vlog because I was freaking out not knowing what I wanted to get. Even though I knew what I was going in there to get, I just got sidetracked by other new releases. So, you know, that just kind of happens. So the first one I got isn't a new release, clearly, but it is one that I really need, really want. And for some reason, this one is like more expensive than the other ones in this like edition, but whatever. It's Love's Labour's Lost by William Shakespeare. This is like $7. They're normally $6. So I don't know why this one was more expensive, but I'm glad they had it. It's this ugly gray color, which I hate. Like, why is Love's Labour's Lost, which is a comedy, this ugly, horrible gray color? Like, what? Like, why? Not cute to look at, but whatever. I mean, I'm gonna like highlight this and underline it and tab it and annotate it like all the way. If you didn't know, my current work in progress is a retelling of Love's Labour's Lost, which is like so exciting. This is such a good play. And I don't know, I think it's gonna be a really fun adaptation, retelling, whatever you want to call it. It's modern, it's fun, and I'm having such a good time writing it. So yeah, and also, if you didn't know, my We Read the Bard play group, book group, whatever, this is the play of the month, and so yes, super excited about that. If you didn't know, now you know, and you can read it with us and join in on the conversation at the end of the month, and I would love that, like if more people would join in. So yeah, super excited for this. Basically, this is about these four guys. One of them is the King of Navarre, and or is it four guys? Yeah, four guys. And they have this pact for 3 years to basically just study, and that's all they can do. And like no fun, no relationships, no good food, nothing like that, just studying. And then there are these four girls, and one of them is the Princess of France, and hijinks ensue, and it's really fun, and it's cute, and I love it. So yeah, really excited to have this one. And then the next book that I picked up was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and I have already started this, as you can see, and it is so good, so funny. If you're trying to get into like new adult or adult and don't really know where to start, I would totally suggest this one. It reads a lot like a YA, which is so nice, but the characters are a bit older, and I just am really loving this one so far, kind of like hate to love, and it's so gorgeous in person. I'm like so happy that I have this. I got denied my request for this arc, which is fine, but I now have it in my hands, and I'm so excited, so yes. And the last one that I got was Don't Date Rosa Santos by Nina Moreno, and look at this cover. Like, excuse me, who said that this could be so pretty? Very Latinx, and basically it's about this girl and her family has a curse, and it's going to be interesting seeing if she can break it, and it's, I don't know, I think it's really pretty, and I have been really into contemporaries lately. I've been on like a total fantasy slump, which just sucks, but I am really excited for this one. This has been like on my most anticipated list, and I just think it's gonna be really good. So yeah, right now I'm actually going to start reading Again But Better by Christine Riccio, and I have been rewatching a lot of her like writing vlogs, which has got me really into writing a bit more, which is so nice. I'm so glad that I have those because they are such good inspiration for writing. So yeah, I'm gonna start this one, see if I like it. I really want to form my own opinion because a lot of people are trying to manipulate other people's opinions, which I really hate. And I think that that's completely in bad faith. And if you're trying to manipulate people's opinions on a book just because you have some weird vendetta or you don't like it, that's really bad, and I'm not going to trust you as a reviewer, and I'm not going to trust you as a booktuber, and I'm not going to trust you as a book blogger. So probably shouldn't do that. Maybe let other people decide if they're going to like it or not, and just don't try to manipulate people, which is like, why would you do that? So basically, someone took a quote out of context within this book about like basically the love interest, I guess, was like talking to the main character, and he's like, oh my gosh, you like the Beatles? What? And everyone took that really seriously and didn't take it as sarcasm, which is like, did we read the same passage? And basically the person took it out of context and didn't add in like the rest of the scene where they're clearly making fun of each other and it's all in jest and it's not serious. So whoever did that, glad I don't follow you. So yeah, that's all I have to say, and I'm gonna start reading this and let's see how I feel about it. Okay, I decided I'm gonna do Daisy Jones. Doing it this color. I think it'll look really pretty. It's not like the exact color on the edge right here, but I think it's gonna look really pretty with this color. I think it kind of matches the overall aesthetic, so we're gonna do that. I was going to do Stalking Jack the Ripper in that series, and I was gonna do it black, but your girl really wants to do this, so I figure I might as well let me do what I want. So we're gonna do this. Yay! Literally an oil queen. Okay, so I'm still reading Again But Better. I am currently 47 pages in, so not super far into it. And also I have my document open for Voted Least Likely, and I'm currently 5,372 words in, not very far either. So I've just been working on that a little bit, not really much today. I probably should work on it a little bit today. I did work on it yesterday though. I got some of the rules down, which is nice. So nothing like super, like the rules are fairly similar to the rules in the play. I was a little worried that I was kind of introducing them a little soon, but I was literally reading some of the play yesterday and I'm like, it's in the first freaking, like, basically the first page of the play is the king talking about, like, how the Kingdom of Navarre is going to be this, like, scholarly kingdom and whatever, and that's basically what the rules are for and stuff, so got those down. And technically on to chapter 4. These chapters are fairly, like, they're not set in stone. I also haven't written everything for these chapters, so I do want to, like, I really want to finish this draft 0, quote unquote, first, and then I'm gonna go through and, like, you know, obviously edit it and also add things in that I, like, didn't think of. So I'm basically, like, not really rereading what I'm writing. I'm just, like, writing it, you know? So I'm not going back and rereading what I wrote. And I'm not going back and, like, self-editing or doing anything like that. Like, yeah, I kind of self-edit along the way as I write, but I'm really trying to curb that. I'm really just trying to get my thoughts down onto paper, so, or I guess screen. So that's what I've been trying to do. So yeah, that's my life right now, is basically writing this draft 0 and then also reading Again But Better, which I'm actually really enjoying. So that's really nice. I know a lot of people aren't enjoying this book as much as other people are, but I'm actually genuinely enjoying it. It's not the best book ever written. It's definitely a debut. I'm usually pretty lenient with debuts. Like, I won't judge a debut too harshly. That's why I actually read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, even though it's just utter garbage. It's not, those aren't, like, literally no one's debut is, like, perfect. I've never read a perfect debut. I'm trying to think of one, and most debuts I give probably around a 4-star. Yeah, I can't think of a single debut where I'm like, ooh, that was, like, perfect, I wouldn't change anything, or that was really impressive. It's all just like, okay, yeah, it's, like, impressive for a debut, but not an impressive novel on its own. So I'm pretty lenient with debuts. Debuts are really difficult, and, you know, watching her vlogs, I can really see how much work she put into this book and how much care and effort she put into it, which is really nice. And, you know, I don't know, like, I'm not, like, judging this as, like, the great American novel. It's not going to be, like, the greatest thing ever. But, you know, it's a book. I'm reading it. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I'm not taking it too seriously. It's not the end of the world. And, yeah. So I'm going to sign off for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I love doing vlogs. I think they're super fun. Actually, I sometimes enjoy vlogs more than just normal videos, but I really like this vlog, I think. Hopefully. I haven't edited the whole thing, so who knows. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Bye!